everybody, it's Rebecca with Red True Crime, and happy day after birthday for me. Crazy how yesterday was my birthday, and I did pretty much channel things. Crazy when you're an adult when you want to do things like a grown up. And I went to get my free donuts from Krispy Kreme, and their app is down, so I can't get my free birthday donuts. Oh well. Mm. But I have my Red True Crime coffee mug to keep me company. So let's talk about a couple of things. I'm sure the world is aware that Jay-Z has now been implicated in the P. Diddy sex scandals and allegations. And none of this surprises me at all. But what gets me is why Jay-Z has been so quiet up until his name is mentioned. I mean, he's not shown any support for Diddy. You know, he's my friend, he's my comrade, he's this, he's that. No matters of, no words of support for him. And now that his name has been brought up into the essay of a 13-year-old girl after the, I think they said an American Music Award after party, now he speaks up. I mean, we are no stranger to the fact that Jay-Z prefers young women. I mean, he was messing around with Beyonce when she was 16. Foxy Brown was 16. So, hell, when I was 13, I looked to be about 17 or 18 years old at that time. So anything is possible. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't. There's no proof showing he did do it, and there's no proof showing he didn't do it. But my ultimate arching point is he has known Diddy since they were basically kids. They came up together in the industry. They're best friends. They've known each other for decades. The fact of the matter that he kept associating with him knowing what he was doing. I mean, he can't sit there and tell me he didn't know what Diddy was doing. There's just no way. That I call morally corrupt right there. You're still associating with somebody who is basically abusing the heck out of people. And you still want to be friends with this guy? I don't get that. I called a guy friend of mine out about that because, he has a friend who was a serial abuser to his women. Hello. And I was like, you're still friends with this person? He's like, yeah. I said, then your morals are called into question. Is why associate with somebody who would do something like that? Because in America, guilt by association is a real thing in the matter of public opinion and in the court system. Hey, I was in the car, but that guy shot that person. You're still guilty of accessory after the fact. That is what happens. So, if anything, with Jay-Z, I don't know. Like I said, I truly believe, if anything, that he's involved in this somehow. Hey, Ghostface. My favorite scary movie? My wedding video. Anyway, yeah, go. Okay. Your wife's boyfriend thinks Jay-Z is guilty. Okay, well, I think he is too. I said, if anything, just guilty of not doing something about it. That's what I think. Because again, how can you be friends on that level with somebody for decades and not know what they're doing? How? It doesn't make any sense. And now that he's got these allegations with the 13-year-old, I mean, she's come out, and now she's putting herself out there. She's probably going to name herself. And if she does that, because one legal tactic lawyers do would be, okay, so your client's being sued for XYZ thing, and the person who's accusing you of this wants to stay anonymous. So what they do is they say, hey, show who you are. What's your name? Who are you? Because my client has a right to face their accuser. And, if most people, a judge will say, if you're not going to show who you are, you're not going to give your name, then we have to dismiss this with prejudice. And can you please stop? Can you please just stop yapping? Okay. Not sure what that, okay. But that is something that they do. So this girl seems like she's releasing her name. One person who's been victimized, has already come out with her name, her identity, and has said this. Said what happened to her. So there's going to be many more victims. And how much Jay-Z is involved remains to be seen. I will say this, after the feds took everything out of Diddy's house, the fact they didn't arrest Jay-Z immediately tells me he may not be involved on that level. Thank you, Carson. That's something different, because the fact they would have grabbed everybody at once if they were all involved. Just like with R. Kelly. For many times, R. Kelly had been, okay, book nerd, I'm not sure why you want me to be quiet. This is my channel, so if you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch. Simple as that. But, like R. Kelly, on the state level, they couldn't get him. It took the federal government to come after him. So, and when the feds get involved, it's your butt, because they're going to get you. They're going to get you. So if Jay-Z is culpable, he's going to go down. He's going to go down. And then I watched an interview this morning. I think it was with ABC. It was a security person who was hired to work one of Diddy's white parties. And this guy claimed he was drugged and he was assaulted. That's huge, because he talked about it. He said, as a man, he's like, I'm not gay. This happened to me. And that's my question to you men out there. Would you come forward if that happened to you? And this guy's coming forward, so does that make him more likely to believe because he's a man who was assaulted? Is he more believable because he's a man? Or is he under still the same scrutiny as women are? That's my thoughts on that one. Because I thought that was interesting. They had his face and voice all obfuscated so that you could tell who he really was. But this guy spoke up, and I know men just don't talk about things like that. But the one that got me the most was Stephen A. Smith coming out a few days ago in defense of Jay-Z, going, that's my friend, he doesn't do anything, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you need to calm down and watch what you're saying, because don't hitch your cart to this pony until you know what's what. Because anybody who's accused of stuff like that, you may not know the full ins and outs of them. You may not know all sides of them. And that's very true, because a lot of people didn't know about the abuse going on in my own marriage for 20 years until after my husband passed and I was able to talk about it. So, you never know the ins and outs of anybody. You truly don't. Well, book nerd, I guess that's the same problem I've had for a long time. I won't stop yapping. That's all I do, is I yap. Oh, thank you. But that's just my thoughts, because I think more and more people are going to go down for this. More and more people are going to be scrutinized for this. And Jaguar Wright may not be as crazy as she comes across. I know she's been talking about you shine your skates with baby oil. Okay. That's kind of funny. I would think those would make you more slick on the ice, but it is what it is. So, Jay-Z, guilty or not? Let me know what you all think. Just let me know what you think. If you think he's guilty, let me know. If you don't think he's guilty, give me your reasons why. Diddy's guilty as all get out. And who else do you think is involved in this? How many other celebrities are going to go down? How many other people are going to be involved in this? And do you think Diddy should be out on bail, or do you think they should keep his butt behind bars? So, I don't have any mods, Eugene. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I'm still very new to this. So my thing is, people can say what they want. I mean, I don't really ban people for giving their opinions, even if they're bots. But yeah, you think you should stay behind bars? I think so too. I think when you put up a $50 million bail package and the judge is like, hard pass. That says a lot right there. That tells me they truly believe he is a danger to society. So, because you don't. I mean, you've got massive drug lords who make bail and get out. So, you know, what the hell's Donald Trump gonna do? Okay, but yeah, that's my thoughts. But this is my birthday was yesterday. I got this from my daughter. She made this for me. Pretty cool. And I'm gonna keep doing these videos. Nobody's ever gonna get me to shut up. My late husband couldn't get me to shut up. No one can get me to shut up. It's what I do. But the justice system is going to get a massive overhaul with Trump coming into office. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think any type of deep dive in any government agency needs to happen because I think there's a lot of corruption no matter who's in office. No, P. Diddy is not a good man. No, I never thought he was. I never liked him even back when he came out. I thought he was a joke. Jay-Z, Jay-Z's a more savvy businessman, which might explain why he's not come out in support of Diddy, with all this stuff. Because, I mean, his brand's going to take a hit no matter what, him and Beyonce. Heck, there's one story that he married Beyonce to make himself look better. I don't know. But, and then someone brought up an interesting point, because Blue Ivy Carter, their daughter, has been out, going to these red carpet premieres and whatnot. And she's been on tour with Beyonce dancing and everything. And people have been very critical about how she is dressing. Like, she's wearing very grown-up clothes, high heels, makeup, all that stuff, not looking like a 12-year-old. She does not look like a 12-year-old. She looks much older, but she's only 12. And some people have been critical about that aspect of their life, saying, how could you do that to your kid? How could you make your kid look all grown up like that? I don't know. Like I said, young girls at the age of 12 always want to seem more grown up. It's just what they do. I can't explain why. Did my mom ever tell me not to stare at people? No. So, like I said, I mean, she's grown. I mean, she's wanting to be grown. I think in that industry in Hollywood and music, it's a very dangerous um, area to try to be more grown than what you actually are, because you just put yourself in a very bad position. Okay, I look like I'm 59. Wow, great. So, book nerd. Okay, I'm getting a little annoyed with you right now. So, like I said, you can keep commenting, and you haven't said anything out of line yet. You think I look 59? That's fine. It's cool. Whatever. But you need to calm down, because what do you get out of this? Trying to get me to go angry and start screaming at people? Dude, you really have got to try way harder to do that. Especially the comment you made about my late husband. That was interesting. But yeah, you just need to get a life. Yeah. So, but there's that. So the victims are coming out. They're saying their stories. They're speaking their piece. You get lawyers representing them. Tony Busby is a huge guy out of Texas. Lawyer Allred is involved now. Um, and you've got some powerhouse attorneys that are huge in lawsuits, and especially with oh wow, you guys are really having fun with this book nerd guy. But what was I saying? Yeah, so you've got these high-powered attorneys coming in, and more are joining these lawsuits every day. So I don't know how many of them are actually going to get anything out of this, because once you have 200 victims, I mean, granted, these guys are worth millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, but it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Because once the Diddy video of him beating up Cassie Ventura came out, that led me to believe that he's capable of just about anything. Just about anything. That depravity, he was dragging her by her hair and just kicking her and throwing things. I mean, that's just, you don't treat an animal like that, let alone a human. Okay. Look, nerd, sweetheart, this is your opinion. You do what you need to do. Okay? You say what you need to say. I'm not a comedian. I really don't think I'm funny. But I have subscribers. It's a new channel. I've been at it for almost a year. I have more than most. It is what it is. Check out my other videos I have on here. I've got lots of videos I talk about true crime, where it's people missing, old cases, historical, Oh, thank you. I did have 261. I got 4 more with this. Bonus! Yeah. But like I said, it's crazy how all this works out and how the legal system does what it does. But we shall see. As time goes on, more people... Okay. Anyway, I don't care about the... I do care about the subscribers, don't get me wrong. But this is not about me really, trying to be famous or anything. This is just getting information out there. Because we have a case here in Greensboro called about Marissa Carmichael. She is now she's 26. 26-year-old woman of 5 kids went missing almost a year ago. Next month will be 1 year. And that case has gone absolutely crazy. She was somebody who worked in the adult industry. She also worked at Waffle House. Her mother has gone on every podcast she can find to tell people that she thinks she's been kidnapped and being, kept against her will. Yeah, 5 kids. Yeah, she started off at 15 with her first one. Her kids were already taken away from her, and the baby daddy of the youngest 4, a couple months before she went missing. They were in foster care due to some domestic violence issues, drug issues. I'm not sure. But there's so many different players in this case that makes you wonder what the heck else was she involved in, because the father of the youngest 4 kids, he's got domestic violence charges with multiple women. He has 10 kids between multiple women. And he's also a member of the Bloods. The Bloods, yeah. Then you've got her friend who was living with her, who went out with her that night. She left early on, went to go spend time with her boyfriend, but then went home without her. That girl has completely ghosted, has been living off people's couches. She's terrified. What do you know, Naja? I know Naja knows something. I've been saying this from the get-go, that if you want to know what happened to Marissa, ask Naja, because I think Naja knows. But that's just what I thought. I think, anyway. But yeah, we're now getting into almost a year of that woman missing. No leads, nothing. I don't think we're ever going to find her, because I had a conversation with the lead detective 6 months ago, and he made it clear to me, because one of 3 scenarios happened with her. She either took off on her own, 5 kids, 25, I understand it, I have 3 myself. There are days I wanted to run away. But, 5 kids, took off. That's one scenario. Another scenario is she's being trafficked. Or she is no longer present. And the detective told me, he said she didn't have the money or the means to just take off. And there's no evidence showing she's being trafficked. He also said there's no evidence showing that she's not being trafficked, but most likely not being trafficked was his opinion. He said, which leaves only one conclusion, that she's gone. But there's been no remains found anywhere. And now they did find some skeletal remains about 2 months ago maybe, about 10 minutes away from where she went missing. Bye, Carson. And they still have not identified who that is. But, it is what it is. But, all right, well, I need to get back to my house. I just wanted to do a brief little live about all of this. But my name is Rebecca. I'm with Red True Crime. That's my channel. Subscribe, comment, like, share, criticize, whatever you guys want to do. I also have a Facebook page. I'm also on TikTok. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Rumble. Whatever, Blue Sky, I'm on that too. So, yeah, whatever social or whatever social media, I'm on there. I think, Eugene, you might be the last one on here. So, anyway, thank you again for checking in and listening to ramble on for 20 minutes and putting up with Book Nerd. And as I close this out, be weird, be rude, be safe, because you're weird and rude, they won't take you, I guarantee. So, bye, everybody, and have a great day and a great Sunday. Red True Crime out.